this. All right, guys, we're live. Let me just clean this out real quick. Where's this at? We close some of these windows so we can get started. What's up, guys? Massive Action. What's up, Mike? Hey, Mike.
Can you hear me?
Hold on, let me see. Let me fix this real quick.
All right.
You there?
Yes, sir, I am. Can you hear me?
Mike.
Yeah, I can. How about now? Can you hear me now?
Mike.
Yeah, how about now?
It's not this thing's like kind of crazy, but I can barely hear you.
The hell?
I can hear you a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh man. Let me see if it'll allow you to get on this thing.
In 400 feet, turn right. Turn right. Then turn right.
Hey, you might hear my GPS, man. We're driving around right now.
On mute.
Turn right. Then your
Try talking, Mike.
will be on the right.
How about now? Can you hear me now? Is that better? No, still the same.
No, nothing.
No.
Let me try this. There.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? Still no. 7437.
It's not working.
Your destination is on the right.
Right there, those two cars.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but it's not allowing the. I can hear you, like, but it's real low because I'm using this mic.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder why it's not letting you come on. Let me try something here.
All right.
I'm gonna mute you real quick. Let me see. Let me try something. Mike, now try it.
Okay, how about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. What I did was I disconnected the mic.
Yeah.
Can you still hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, because the last time that my voice was like real muffled.
Yeah.
And you couldn't really hear, but I'm glad it's working. Hey, how did your event go, man?
Man, we sold out, bro.
Oh man, congratulations on that.
Yeah, we sold out. It was freaking awesome, man. We have another one coming up in January.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah. And this one that we have in January is going to be about solar. And we have 2 realty companies that are going to speak. And we have Todd Hunter. He's on he's a chairman on the Texas House of Representatives.
Yeah.
We're going to have him speak also. Yeah, dude, it's gonna be a huge fucking event at Alamo Draft House.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm kind of curious to know, like, man, like what kind of ignited that fire? Because I remember when we would message back and forth the message on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then like you just kind of like after remember I went by your place.
Yeah, after you went to the
it seems like that fired you up, dude.
Yeah, bro, it really did, man. Just you know, I mean, we've known each other a long time, bro. You know?
Yeah.
And just seeing where you came from to where you're at now, and realizing that, you know, I should have listened to you back then, and I didn't. You know, and then finally getting an opportunity to see you again, and I'm like, man, you know, that the opportunity is still there. It's not an opportunity that expires.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a matter of when I'm gonna do it, when I'm gonna take action.
Yeah.
You know, and activate my mindset and start trying to grow myself, try to become better and stronger. You know.
Man, that's so true, and that, you know what, I heard a sermon from Joe Osteen, right? And he was basically saying like never count anybody out.
Right.
Like it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter. Just never count them out because you never know. Like you just never know, right? And I think that dude, I'm really proud of you, dude. I'm really proud of you.
Anymore.
Huh?
Are you still there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hey, Stan, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you, Mike. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? I think we lost you, Mike. Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna get started, but I'll definitely bring you back on. I'll definitely bring you back on later. So let me get started with the show here, and I'm gonna share my screen again. And so we're still covering the Millionaire Mindset booklet, and the powerful thing about this booklet is that it never expires. Like the information, the information here. There you go. I'm starting to record now, but the information that we're covering here on the Millionaire Mindset is very powerful because it never expires. Let me hook my mic back up. Let's see if this is gonna work. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Oh shoot. Okay, mic check. 1 2.
Mic check, 1 2, nice one. Okay, I'm back on the mic. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, I'm on H4. Okay. Hey, so one thing about the Millionaire Mindset booklet is that it never expires. It never expires, and what I mean by that is like as I show this booklet, we go deeper into different subjects in the book, and I add new things to it, and it kind of just keeps growing. It's kind of like it's very similar to like a plant, man. It's very similar to a plant, and the book is basically like the seed. It's the activator, and this is just directly nourishment that reminds me to continue to grow. And what I mean by that is like it's just like in the house, man. Like if I apply water and sun to a plant, it's never gonna be happen, right? So it's the same thing with information and knowledge. You know, the purpose of these is for us to kind of nourish that information, keep it going, keep the momentum going, because a lot of times whenever you go through the week, Wednesday is why I picked Wednesday, because that's midweek, right? Midweek is when we're at like our peak. And so Thursday, we might try to set a climb with our energy, with our willpower, with our motivation. And so maybe this can be a jumpstart to continue into the next Wednesday. So we keep that momentum going. And if you can build up that momentum mentally and physically, it's gonna put you way ahead, right? It's gonna almost give you an extra day. It's a lot to give that extra day. What I mean by that is like, let's say for example, you got up in the day and by 10 o'clock, you already kind of warm up, so it doesn't have to go, right? But what if you have the energy to kind of keep going to 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, but keep growing, your balance, keep growing, your mindset, keep focusing on your career, get better at your career, how to improve your position and advance. And you're gonna go ahead. So basically, we're doing 2 days out of 1. The goal is to not try to get 30 out of 1. But we gotta get the momentum started first. So, Millionaire Mindset is basically principles, habits, values, belief systems that will transition into becoming like a millionaire. And how do you start to think like a millionaire, and you start to act like a millionaire? you're going to start to see things come into your life that you probably had never imagined, because you're doing things at a higher frequency. You're doing things at a higher level. You're almost like, it's almost like if you were playing basketball in high school, and someone from the other line is maybe you go practice with them. It's going to elevate your game like crazy, and if you start doing something that's never like that, it's going to make your game more better, right? So, when I go back story, my dad took his life when I was 3 years old, and my mom decided to leave us to a better city. And that was Corpus Christi. I was born in Bay City, Texas. Population about 15,000. Corpus Christi has a population of 3,500. Big culture difference, big environment difference. It was a big transition, right? And going through the school system, I never could adapt with the environment. Almost like, I mean, you see it like with animals, right? We have animals, but if you put an animal in a different environment, it's not really going to do well. It's not going to understand what's going on. It's going to have a hard time adjusting. A lot of times, those animals and those people, they fall back on gangs, they fall back on crime, they fall back on the wrong things because they try to find something, they try to fill a void, and a lot of times the bad environment will accommodate to that void by drugs, by this reckless lifestyle. And I always told myself that I had like a guardian angel. That was my dad. I always would tell myself, man, I have this guardian angel watching over me, and I think that's my dad. So I always felt like whenever I dodged like really big trouble, I always say, man, my dad's watching over me. And for a long time, I kind of had to use that a lot, and I was like, oh, I'll be fine, I'll get out of this again. And until, I got a little older, I started to get around a lot of risky situations in my life was in jeopardy. And you know what? I gotta make a transition. I gotta change. I gotta find the right information. I gotta find the right people. And the transition started to happen. And when it started to happen, I had someone who fed me a different kind of information. They fed me some knowledge. They said, hey, you should consider watching this YouTube video. You should consider reading this book. And I started doing that, and it made a transition in my life. And because of that transition, I've had the opportunity to work with some of the best. And when I say best, like I'm at world-class mentors, coaches from all over the world, and this represents massive action, represents everybody that I've worked with and that I've been able to build a relationship with, and that I can call friends. And it goes from Tim Starr, Coach Burt, Leonard Cardone, Albert, Anthony Vargas, Sophia. This is been the field. Ken Wagman, Tim Bowman, Michael Coffey. These are some people that they're flying that's all they want to be recognized. They've been big influences in my life, and they've helped me transition from a technician to a leader, like a leader amongst other peers. And so I'm very thankful for that. And so I felt an obligation, I felt a responsibility on myself to give back, and to give back as far as like what I've learned and what my experiences, my failures, my successes, the struggles I go through mentally and some physically. I was trying to lose weight for a long time. I was trying to all these different things, diets and working out, and I just was getting depressed and anxiety and worried. And I didn't want to be out of shape, and so I had to find a solution. I had to find a doctor that really understood how my body was working, and I got educated on that. We can say that for a different webinar. But so today, we have to be good or bad, but people like to say. So think about that. Like you only have two things, good or bad, right? And whatever you choose to decide the situation, that's what it's going to be. So I find good in the situation, good or bad, and I find like you all can learn something from that. Let me turn this down. I think that might be too loud here. I think the mic was too loud. It's blowing over here. Let me see. All right, I think we're good. I just don't want the mic to be too loud. I'm going to Man, this thing's like loud over here. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, it should be good. Okay, so hey, so it starts off with really making a personal commitment to yourself. Because think about it, like we make commitments to everybody else, you know, auto, house loans, credit cards. We make commitments and obligations to pay them back, but we never truly make commitments with ourselves and say, hey, you know what, I'm going to make a commitment to myself to make these changes in life. So it all starts with a commitment to yourself, and you can take a screenshot of this, or you can download the. I don't know if I have this on the PDF, but I can send this to you if you just want this. Just reach out to me, and I'll get it sent to you. Info at massiveactionevent.com, and I'll hook you up with that. But today we're going to talk about strong money game. Let's talk about the strong money game, and a strong money game is you built so much momentum, like you built so much momentum, and you have kind of this momentum of cash flow coming in. Let me see if I can turn this down a little bit. Hello, mic check. I think that might be good. You have this momentum of cash flow coming in because you're just every day you're just like pushing forward, and before long you have this momentum of cash coming. You know, whether it be from jobs, services, you know, rentals. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Joseph said the audio is not working on the live. Oh, it's static. Okay. So let's see.
Joseph, is that better for the mic, for the audio? Okay, it's better. Good. Okay. I took off the mic. And so we have some people on YouTube that are joining us live. I appreciate y'all watching, man. That really means a lot. Do me a favor, share the video. Mr. Rodriguez. All right. Let me continue. Let me go back here. Hold on, where am I at? Okay. Now, where am I at? Let me see. I'm trying to find my screen. I don't know where my screen went. Let's see, this is off. Where's the screen at? Let me see. Oh, okay, it's gonna probably be right here. No, that's not it. Okay. Okay, I think I'm back. Thank you. Joseph, is that better? Did Joseph text me? You text me, Joseph? We're good? Probably has like a delay on it. But hey, okay, so strong money game, like I was saying. And I'll do this replay if it doesn't go loud. I mean, if it doesn't show live, I'll do that. I'll play the replay. I'll send the replay out. Let me see if it's good. Okay, so check it out. So we'll get started because it's already gonna be 6. Okay, what is your body running on, right? So check this out. The whole idea of like team no sleep and I grind 24/7. That whole mindset of that kind of mentality is not really going to be very productive because it's not, you can't do it long term. you might be able to grind like for a week, no sleep and go, but eventually your body's gonna crash. And so proper sleep is gonna be key, man. Proper sleep is gonna be key to making sure that you're on top of your game in the mornings. Because right when you get up, let me tell you something that's very powerful here. Right when you get up, 20 to 30 seconds, right when you get up, is when your subconscious is most vulnerable to accept information. Let me repeat that. So 20 to 30 seconds right before you get up, like when you get up, right? That's the most important time that you have. So use that time wisely by, saying some positive affirmations, putting yourself in a positive state of mind, focusing on where you're going, focus on who you want to be, focus on how the character you want, the values, your belief systems, focus really heavily on that. Kind of play that visually in your mind, like how your day's gonna go. And you'll be surprised, because if you can set the tone for the day, you're gonna be flowing with a nice energy level throughout the day, and people are gonna recognize it. People are gonna recognize you're on a different frequency, you're on a different level, you're on a different vibe, right? And so, but first, like I said, sleep is gonna be key. One thing that I discovered about sleep was I was always getting up in the middle, like I would always get up in the middle of the night, and because I was getting up in the middle of the night, it was affecting my sleep, because I would sleep for a couple of hours, get up, I would be up, and then I'll go back to sleep, and I'll be tired. And so what it was is that my body was releasing cortisol, right? And cortisol is like, it's caused by stress or anxiety, but it's also caused by excitement. And so my doctor said, hey, we monitored your heart and everything. We believe you're having a spike in cortisol at night, because maybe your anxiety or you're worried about something, right? And I said, well, I'm not really so worried about something. I'm kind of excited because I want to get up for the day, and I want to get started. I want to like keep the momentum going. And he said, well, your body doesn't know the difference between excitement and anxiety, so you need to make sure you control that. And so there's different like supplements you could take, some different teas to kind of prepare yourself for sleep, because I never knew this. Like, doctor said you shouldn't be eating 3 hours before you go to bed. All right. So 3 hours before you're going to go to bed, you shouldn't really be eating anything heavy, because you want to sleep on an empty stomach. You want your body to be able to rest. You don't want your body to be having to try to digest food all night, because that's gonna wear you out, because your body's going. And if you notice, like on Thanksgiving's coming. I want you to look at this. When Thanksgiving comes, you're gonna eat a big meal, right? And then you're gonna get really tired. It's because all your inner body is going to work overtime to digest this food. And because it goes to work overtime, it depletes all your energy. It makes you tired. Your body's saying, hey, you know what? I got to reset. I need to go down. I need to take a nap, because we're pulling too much energy here. We're pulling too much energy. We need to kind of, relax a little bit, because we're going to have an overload if we try to just keep doing this. So it's the same thing when you go to sleep. One thing that you can do before you go to sleep is an hour before you go to sleep, take a warm bath. Warm bath will warm up your body, get your body in a relaxed state. Whenever you lay down, try deep breathing, like really deep in your nose, in your lungs, fill your lungs out your mouth, really go in like this deep breathing. Put yourself in a peaceful state of mind, and really try to just relax your body. Because a lot of times we try to go to sleep, but we're on our phones all night, looking at a news feed, looking at some kind of drama, looking at some kind of news that we're consuming that with our mind. Okay, the 20 to 30 minutes right before you wake up, right when you wake up in the morning, and the time before you go to sleep, 20, 30 minutes before you go to sleep, those are going to be the most valuable minutes and seconds of your day, because that's when you're able to absorb you're able to program stuff in your mind. And if it's the wrong stuff, you're gonna keep programming that. And like Brian Tracy said, he's like, man, like if you have a garden and and you're not doing nothing to it, your mind's like a garden. If you're not doing nothing to the garden, weeds are gonna grow no matter what. Like weeds will grow anywhere. Like I mean, think about it. Like weeds will grow anywhere. So weeds are like negative things, negative people, negative information, wrong information, complacent information, like obsolete. You become obsolete when the information that you had that got you where you're at, you're trying to go from where you're at to the next level with that same information. It's not going to work. Like you need to try different things. You need to learn different informations to go to that next level. Like you can't think about this. Like I know Joseph's watching this. Did the okay? Did the things that got you through elementary are the same things that got you through high school? I mean, through middle school. Are the same things that got you through elementary? Are you using those same things to get you through middle school? Like you're not. Like you're having to learn new things. The world is the same thing. Okay, the world is the same thing. So just imagine you're starting off your business. You're starting off. So you're at you're like in high school, right? So you're in ninth grade. Ninth grade is like, okay, you're an entrepreneur. You want to start a business. You eventually you want to get to the point where you graduate with, would you graduate, right? Well, in order to get to that, you have to keep learning. You have to keep studying. That's why, I mean, use the habits that you have in school to study for your exams and stuff, to study to get better in business, to study to get better with your health. If you want to work out and you want to get a better body, you want to be ready for the next level, you gotta understand how your body works. You gotta study, you gotta read, you gotta say, okay, you know what? I know how to grow muscle. I know how to burn fat. I know how to lean out. I know how to lift properly because I studied it. You want to go into the next level with the right information. Because the last thing you want is you don't want bozos guiding you. You don't want bozos guiding you, because bozos, they ain't good for nothing but just being in the circus. And we ain't playing circus here. We're playing big league, big boy ball. So what is your body running on, man? Make sure that you're getting the protein you need. Make sure you're getting hydrated. Just make sure that you're getting your vitamins. Make sure your body's running, at an elite level, so that you can perform at an elite level whenever the time is due. Prepare your day, week, month, right? So the more you can, the more you can be prepared. You don't have to have like this whole breakdown of everything you're gonna do. It would be nice if you can do that, but if you can just get the basics of how you want your week to go, your day, your month, things that you want to accomplish, things that are priority to you, write those things down. Like write those things down and start to really formulate a plan for that. Really get it on paper, because if we don't, we've all met someone. We've all met someone and they told us their name, and then a couple minutes later we don't even remember their name. It's the same thing with that's the same thing that happens whenever we say, hey, like I want to do this week. I want to do this because I'm going to feel better and it's going to move me forward to accomplishing my goals. And if we don't write it down, we're going to forget it. It's the same thing. Like it's the same thing as meeting someone. They tell you their name and then you forget their name because you didn't write it down. You didn't use anything to put it hardwired. So you forgot about it. So, prepare your day, prepare your week as much as you can. And you might forget one week and you might fall off, but hey, just get back up. It's just like riding a bike. This is just like riding a bike. Like you're not gonna become what's that guy's name? The one that does the races, Lance Armstrong. You're not gonna become Lance Armstrong the first time you get on a bike. So you gotta start off, man. Time-saving hacks. These are going to be very, very cool too. This is something I've noticed, like with a lot of successful business people, entrepreneurs, multimillionaires, billionaires, is that they have little time-saving hacks. And the hacks would be like they might like meal prep. They might know what they're gonna eat for the week. They might know what they're gonna wear for the week. They might have a routine that they flow with, where because this is how it works with that, right? And the reason why time saving hacks is so important is because every time you have to stop and so think about this. So look, let's say it's lunchtime, right? And this is a good example right here. Look, so let's just say it's dinner time, right? And you say, hey, where do y'all want to eat? I don't know, man. So you're gonna spend about an hour, 2 hours deciding on where you're gonna eat. But if you say, hey, you know what? This is what I'm gonna eat for Monday. This is what I'm eating for Tuesday. This is what I'm eating for Wednesday. This is what I'm eating for Thursday. This is what I'm eating for Friday. This is what I'm eating for Saturday. This is what I'm gonna eat all week. I'll just eat the same stuff, but with it's a good healthy stuff, and I know it's gonna save me time. So let's just say, for example, you save an hour each day by just preparing your day out and just doing little, like, for example, like I wear boots, right? So because I wear boots, I don't have to tie shoes. I just kind of get up, put my boots on. So just imagine how much time does it take you to tie your shoes, right? So even though it's like what you're like, well, that's real quick, that's nothing, man. But it adds up. Like all that little stuff adds up. And our goal is to say, okay, how can I get back as much time to put into my momentum going forward? Because if I can reserve as much time, I'm gonna put that into my momentum going forward. So time saving hacks are gonna be key, man. So you can even Google like our YouTube time saving hacks, and you'll be surprised on how many hacks that you can do to get more out of your day. Okay, so the next one is let me put a little highlighter here. Laser, I'll do laser pointer. So right here we're on food, dress, small problem thinking, waste time, right? So look, the more you can preserve time by not having to decide what you're going to drink, eat, not having to decide what you're going to wear, not having to decide like these small dumb things, you're gonna have energy to solve bigger problems. And the way that the economy works, the way that business works, the way that anything works is your ability to solve problems. Simple as that. Like your problem solving skills determine your income. Like that's basically what it is. So if you're unable to solve big problems because you don't have no energy, because you're thinking of all this little stuff, then you're not going to be able to solve bigger problems. You're not going to have the mental energy to say, you know what, I want to solve this big problem. I want to figure out how to negotiate $1 million apartment complex deal. I want to be able to have the energy to manage multiple locations. And by managing multiple locations, you're solving problems all day. Hey Stan, this happened. Hey Stan, this happened. What should we do here? And you're just solving problems. Okay, let's do this here. Okay, you know what? Let's try this here. If that doesn't work, let's do this. And so you got to be prepared to solve these multiple problems in order to build the momentum to keep going forward. Red and yellow to keep you on the prize, right? So this is something that I've learned a long time ago, and I've kind of grew out of this, but it helped me get started. And so what I did was I would never write down things that I want to do or things that I needed to do. I would just get up in the morning and just kind of go with whatever happened. And I really didn't have no plan of direction. I just was kind of just going with the flow, right? It wasn't until I got a yellow legal pad and I got a red pen, and I started to write on the yellow legal pad and with the red pen. And so studies have shown that if you get distracted real easy, if you're not really if you're just I was like all over the place. Like I wasn't really one to focus because I would always get distracted. But they said that I was reading it, and I did the study where it says like if you can find something to grab your attention, it's gonna remind you on that, right? So the yellow tablet and the red pen was different from anything else that was on my desk. So it made me look at it, and it made me pay attention to it. And so try it out. I mean, it'll impress you because it does get your attention. When you see it on a table and everything's white and black, and you see this yellow tablet with red, it's gonna grab your attention every time. It's gonna grab your attention, and the more we can grab our own attention to what we're going, the more control we have of ourselves. Self mastery. You see it? The more that we can have control over our own attention is the evolution of, not the evolution, but it's the beginning of, I guess you can say evolution. It's the beginning of self mastery. And self mastery is when you have control of the subconscious, the super conscious, super subconscious, like all these different levels of mindset, you know. And it's a very interesting thing. So also right here, I had a tablet to put down my ideas. And so even if they were just like crazy ideas, I still want to jot them down because it's almost like a name, right? It's the same thing as remembering a name. If you don't jot it down, you're more likely to forget it. And so the more you can jot it down, the better you are to remember it. Top heart rate, stress level. Are you ready for war? This is a good one. Okay, so top performers, the elite of the elite business people, they operate on a freakish level of mental toughness. And so I was curious about this, right? So this is what happens, right? You're not really one that pushes your mental toughness, right? And when I say mental toughness, let's talk about like the Marine, like Green Beret, Navy SEAL training. What they do is they push their mental toughness. So whenever they're in a difficult situation, they don't panic. They don't fight or flight or panic. They or freeze. They just move forward because they're like, no, this is nothing. So how do we build that mental toughness, right? One way to build that mental toughness is to first figure out like what your max heart rate is, right? And there's a formula. If you Google what's my max heart rate, you can find, it's a formula. You multiply it by your age and your weight or something like that, and it gives you a peak heart rate that you have based on your age, right? And so next, like whenever you get on a treadmill or you get something that monitors your heart rate, you can start to track whenever you can peak out your heart rate. And when I say peak out your heart rate, let's say for example your max heart rate is 180, right? And you get on a treadmill and you sprint and you hit 160, and that's peak for you, 60, 65, and you're pushing, and then you get off it, and then you try to bring it back down as fast as possible. You breathe, you just control yourself, boom, bring it back down. You bring it down to 75. And so that's the same thing. Like if you ever get into a situation where you have to make some decisions, your anxiety level is going to go up, your blood pressure, so your heart rate's going to go up. Okay. And if you've never operated in that state, you're going to either fight, flight, or you're going to freeze, because your fear is going to overwhelm you because you're not going to know what to do because you've never been put in that situation. But if you can put yourself in that situation by training hard or doing something that really pushes your heart rate up and really gets you going, maybe like some hill climbs, like hill runs, stairs, sprints, some HIIT workouts, high intensity training, that's going to really push your mental toughness because it's going to elevate your heart rate and you're going to be able to control it. So whenever you get in a stressful, whenever you get in a stressful situation, you're going to be able to deal with it better. Logic versus emotion, right? So look, I believe everybody has gone through this. And what I mean by that is like, whenever you're making decisions based off an emotion, it's not going to be too good. It's not going to be too good because you're making an emotional decision versus a logic decision, right? Logic decision is a good example of this is whenever you're doing a hiring, whenever you're hiring someone, right? You heard it before where they say, yeah, we're interviewing and oh, she seemed nice, that she seemed nice was because the emotion, like they made me feel good, and so my emotion was like cool with it, right? But I could have said, no, I'm gonna logically see this. Let's leave out emotion. Let's do logic questions and to see exactly how this person functions, right? And that goes the same with any kind of decisions you have to make. You never want to make an emotional decisions, especially like if you're stressed out, if you're tired. If you find yourself in that state where you're like, man, I feel like I'm making an emotional decision. You have to take a break. You have to say, you know what? I'll address this tomorrow. I need some time to think about this because right now I'm not in my right state to logically think about it. I'm more thinking on my emotional side. And so that's why you've heard people say, man, it was an emotional decision. It was messed up. I know I should have done it because after the fact, then they started to think logically, man, I could have did this different. So a lot of times whenever you're in an emotional state and you're having to make a decision, you need to pull yourself away. You need to say, hey, you know what? Like, let me pull myself back from this and really logically think about what's going on. And let me logically think about what's the best thing I can do for the best outcome for this situation. So the last is first, second, third effects of an action, right? So every time you choose to do something, think about the first, second, third consequences of that action. So, I mean, you can everything has the first, second, third consequences of this action, right? If you say, you know what, I'm gonna, we're gonna go out of town and we're gonna just have a good time, right? Okay, what are the first, second, third consequences of that, right? Okay, you can get in trouble over there. You can spend a lot of money. You can cause problems. You can go to jail, whatever, right? Those are the consequences of that action, right? So just rethink, some things that you want to do. To say, hey, what are the first, second, third consequences of this action? And that could apply to young adults, right? With heavily influenced with school and everything going on. Stop and say, what is the first, second, third consequences of this action? Because I don't want to deal with that. So this is going to be very powerful so you're not making an emotional decision. You're not jumping into something without thinking. Because a lot of times people get in situations like, man, I knew it wasn't right, but I kind of my emotion, but then I should have weighed out the first, second, third consequences of that action. But anyway, guys, this will keep your money game strong, man. This will keep your money game strong and keep the momentum going forward. And once you get that momentum going, it's going to be good because you did a lot of the heavy lifting. Now it's just keeping the momentum going, keeping the flow going, keeping the body flowing, keeping the mind right, and just constantly feeding it. It's almost like if you're gonna make a barbecue, right? You have to chop the wood, or you have to go get the wood. You have to chop the wood. You have to slice the wood. You have to stack the wood in there. You have to get the fire started. Maybe you're trying to start it with some like a fan, and you're trying to blow air on it. You're trying to get it going, right? That's the hard work. That's the beginning of it. But once you get that fire started, I mean, you can kick back on a chair, drinking a beer and watching the fire, and all you have to do is every once in a while throw a log in there, throw a piece of log in there, and that fire's going to keep going. And so that's what these Wednesday calls are. All we're doing is we're throwing a log in the fire. We're throwing water. We're throwing sun on that seed that we planted in the subconscious to flourish into something better. We're rewiring. We're creating, we're forming new energy links within your mind. Like we're forming new pathways. Because look, if you're stuck on the same information that you've had growing up, like when you're little, let's just say, for example, there's an abandoned, picture this, right? There's an abandoned lot. There's a house on one side and there's a house on the other side. There's an abandoned lot, right? Well, on one side of the lot, there's a major street, and on the other side of the block, there's an apartment complex, right? Well, the people from the apartments, they don't want to go all the way around the block, so they cut through that yard, right? And what happens is let me draw this out for you. This is a lot. This is a lot right here. Right? There's a house here. It's a house. There's a house here. Right here is a major street. Right? And right here is a big apartment complex. Right? There's a street here. Right? This is a major apartment complex. And so the people from here, they said, hey, we want to go to the other side, and we don't want to go all the way around. Like, why would we do that? Right? So they come and they make a pathway right here. They walk, right? So everybody walks the same pathway all day, right? And so this is similar to your brain, your mind. This is the brain right here. This is similar to your brain, right? And so what we're doing with these webinars is we're saying, hey, you know what? Like there's another pathway here. Let's do another way. And we're creating new pathways of information. So we're forming new things. And so maybe this is your first time here, maybe it's your second time. What we did was we just formed a new pathway, and this pathway has new information on it. You know, and so maybe we formed a new pathway like this. Like we're forming new pathways, right? We're forming new information, and we got to keep nourishing that, because look, if you walk on this pathway one time and you never go on it again, you go back over here, the grass and the weeds are going to grow back over it. See it? So we're instilling those thoughts, we're instilling those habits, those belief systems. That's what we're doing. We're forming new belief systems, and we're changing the way that you've been wired to operate at a more performance level. So hey guys, I'm gonna put the information for if you want one of these booklets. If you want one of these booklets, I'll put the link below. And the booklet has it has a bunch of stuff in here, man. It has a lot of things. And we go over this booklet, like I'll start with these. Like today I started with these, but I'll add a bunch of stuff to it. I can even go further than this if you wanted to. But we have to keep growing on it, man. We have to keep growing on it. We have some cool things about the money habits here. We have, a lot of good things here, man. A lot of good things, a lot of good information that you can use. We have hockey stick strategy. We can cover that on a webinar. But hey, guys, thanks for watching. Do me a favor, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Show some love, like and share that whole bit, and leave some comments, man. Leave some comments of what you thought. Share your feedback. Share any questions. Share anything that you would like to see a webinar about. If it's about business, it's about health, anything like that, I would love to hear your feedback. I appreciate y'all's time, man. I appreciate y'all's love and support for Massive Action. Y'all have a blessed Thanksgiving, and I'll see y'all next Wednesday. Peace out.